For me, there's a simple rule in politics. Never, ever be surprised by what happens in politics.
The face of truth is open. The eyes of truth are bright. The lips of truth are ever closed. The head of truth is upright. The breast of truth stands forward. The gaze of truth is straight. Truth has neither fear nor doubt. Truth has patience to wait. The words of truth are touching. The voice of truth is deep. The law of truth is simple. All you sow, you reap. The soul of truth is flaming. The heart of truth is warm. The mind of truth is clear and firm through rain and storm. Facts are only its shadow. Truth stands above all sin. Great be the battle of life. Truth in the end shall win. The image of truth is the cross. Wisdom's message is its rod. The sign of truth is Christ, and the soul of truth is God. Life of truth is eternal. Immortal is its past. Power of truth shall endure. Truth shall hold to the last.
I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. It's a depression. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. Punks are running wild in the street, and there's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it. We know the air is unfit to breathe. Our food is unfit to eat. We sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. They're crazy. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living room. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad. I don't want you to protest. I don't want you to riot. I don't want you to write to your congressman because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crime in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value.
After Carnival comes, that's our NewsSpin question of the day. What's up with the results of the minimum standards test and the CAMDO textbooks? Where are they now? And also, one regional prime minister makes reference to St. Lucia and his homeland as far as gun crimes are concerned. As we say hello to you, welcome to another edition of NewsSpin right here on Power 97.9 FM. We are also on YouTube and the NewsSpin Facebook page. My name is Timothy Poleon. We go up until 2 o'clock this afternoon, and I'll be hearing from you in just a moment at 452-2979. That's 452-2979, along with your WhatsApp calls and messages, 716-2026, and that is 716-2026. Kimani is here. She'll be going through some of your comments in the chat room as we say good afternoon to you, Kimani. And how was your carnival? How was carnival for you?
How did I know you would ask me that, Timothy? Good afternoon.
Because I read somewhere in the WhatsApp group that you're saying that I think you're jumping for the Lord or something to that extent. I saw it.
Yes, everyone was asking me what band am I jumping with, so I said I was jumping with the band of the Lord, Jesus Christ.
And that band got what? It's on the verge of getting Band of the Year.
Yes, it is.
But you enjoyed your time away from all the challenges of work and the deadlines that you have to meet every hour, and then NewsSpin. Yeah. But yes, you enjoyed it?
I did.
Okay.
How about you, Tim?
Well, I thoroughly enjoyed it, only that I had to drop my daughter to Carnival and pick her up because for the first time she joined a Carnival band.
Interesting.
You know, so when people reach a certain age, you can't tell them they can't do that, they ought not to do this and that. And I think she had a great time. What about you? How was Carnival for you in St. Lucia? We heard that it was a success. For you in the diaspora, I don't think you cared too much. A lot of you did not care too much about Carnival because it robbed you of the opportunity to call NewsSpin and to vent and to watch the broadcast and to listen as well. Somebody even told me that the fact that Carnival is not a holiday, it's not a public holiday, and they're a commercial holiday as well. So we should be having, or we should have had NewsSpin on Carnival Monday and Tuesday. We did not want to serve as any kind of distraction. So we hope between now and 2 o'clock this afternoon we can cover sufficient ground in terms of discussing those various issues of concern to you, various observations that you would like to make, all in a quest to make St. Lucia and indeed the rest of the world a better place. With regard to Carnival festivities in St. Lucia, lots of praise I'm hearing for the police and the various organizers, and also lots of reference being made to the Bum Bum Wall, and that is a wall just opposite the Castries Comprehensive Secondary School. Now, there's nothing controversial about this. I think people are just having a great time and doing so in a very relaxed manner as far as they are concerned. But for other people, it is lewd. They consider it to be outrageous and nasty and risky. So it depends on, your mindset as an individual. It depends that if you are a fossil, if you have a mindset of several decades ago compared to now. I will not lose any respect for a female just because she is on a wall that has been described and designated as the Bum Bum Wall. Now, believe you me, it's all about branding, and the authorities did a good job in painting this wall. It is all about marketing. There's so many people out there, I'm sure, beyond the St. Lucia, will be very curious as to want to find out what is this Bum Bum Wall all about. In particular, I'm sure that the children would be very curious. Now, you do not, as a country, make grounds, financial and otherwise, primarily on, those staple items, things that have kept you afloat economically and otherwise forever. Let's say bananas, and then tourism, you have a little manufacturing, and you complain that you have no natural resource. What better resource to utilize than good-looking individuals who mount a particular platform that was there basically of little use, and that is being utilized. And it's just, as a country, you have to make do with what you have at your disposal. And this has become very much part of the island's carnival. You go to Antigua for certain things as far as carnival is concerned, and Barbados, Trinidad. In the case of St. Lucia, you come here for the merriment and the gaiety and the good time, but also for the Bum Bum Wall or Bum Bum Wall. So we have to be creative along the way. And that is why, as St. Lucians, we can be ingenious, we can be creative when we want to. And I do not put it past us that we have the capacity to be more creative in a number of other areas. Our education system, in terms of sports, in terms of securing our nation, in terms of securing our borders, in terms of becoming better people, in terms of becoming our brother's keeper, in terms of meeting various challenges, in terms of holding our governments accountable. So we have it within us to do a whole host of things, apart from us just being prurient and taking a deep interest in things of the flesh. So I'm sure that you will have your say on this. The purists, those people who care about decadence, and they talk about the fact that this is abominable and this is on the scale of Sodom and Gomorrah and all that. But we have to evolve as people. We have to change with the times. I think that some of the biggest dangers that we have confronting us is, one would be hypocrisy, our tolerance for crime in this country. How, because our party is in office, we give them a pass, we turn up to a blind eye to whatever ills that certain members of the government would commit, to the fact that we can do a whole lot better in a number of areas. So I don't think that will prevent us from going to heaven. Anyway, on a different note, the newspin question of the day. After Carnival comes, that's the question of the day. After Carnival comes what? What comes after that? Reality. And we have a way of drowning our sorrows. We have a way of reveling in things of that nature, various forms of entertainment that would cause us, at least for a fleeting moment, to forget that we have our own trials and tribulations, and on a daily basis, we are confronting so many challenges. And I just hope that if you had your bare $2,000, you did not take it and invest it in Carnival. All of that amount of money in Carnival. And now, when you look at your account, you go to the ATM, you get your slip, it says that you have only a couple bucks on your account. No, that's a crying shame, because in terms, that means that you have misplaced your priority, particularly if you have children to send to school after the summer holidays, particularly if you have not paid your bills, whether it's paid to courts or paid to WASCO, etc. And also, if you had to take a loan to enjoy Carnival, how do you pay for this? Because in the end, you have, I don't know, maybe internally you're feeling good about yourself, you enjoyed it and so on. In terms of your mental health, well, you're okay. But what do you have to show for it? So I believe that long-term people should plan for events of that nature. I think there's so many people in this society who went to nearly all of the shows and who bought their costumes and went to all the boat rides and all the private fetes and also the nationally organized events and so on. Yes, we have to invest in those activities, particularly if we are outgoing people and we like to socialize, but also we have to look at as well the long-term implications, because somehow if you are a lot poorer today, believe you me, you made some other people very rich during their Carnival festivities, and they are laughing all the way to the bank. So we have to strike some kind of balance. The customs officer who came under gunfire recently, I'm told he's still recuperating at hospital. He would have gone through surgery just about a week ago. But if you were a customs officer, for whatever reason, you were shot and injured, and let's just imagine for a moment it is because somebody had a problem with how you were performing your duties. They felt that you were just a little too strict. They felt that you were not turning a blind eye to crime, facilitating somebody and, going through certain items and so on. And then in the process, they attacked you. Then long term, how do you feel? You feel traumatized, but would you return to your job under such circumstances? That is a question I'm putting to you, and definitely we can explore during the course of our program. All right, let's open the lines right now to take your calls at 452-2979. That's 452-2979. Along with your WhatsApp calls and messages at 716-2026, and that is 716-2026. As for our question of the day, after Carnival comes, somebody says, is it the first year that books and school uniforms, etc., have to be bought after Carnival? No, it's not. But I think, considering what we're going through right now, on the horizon, we have the 2.5% levy. So many people are still unemployed. You have the high cost of living. Inflation is very much an issue. The cost of goods in the supermarkets, very much an issue. So we might as well discuss it. We have our caller line, the first caller. Good afternoon. This is NewsSpin. You're on the air.
Yeah, Mr. Tim, how are you?
I'm okay, sir. How about you?
Oh, Mr. Tim, I'm feeling so great.
Okay. Why? May I ask?
Because that young girl called Julian Alfred put us way up in Mars yesterday by beating that fastest woman from United States.
Richardson.
Today, I only hope St. Lucian can call and not be negative about every different thing that happens.
Caller, hold on. I'll stop you right there.
Yes,
it is not about negative. Okay? She won. We are happy. I wanted to win gold at the Olympics come next year between July and August. Okay?
And championship this year.
I wanted to win everything. But at the same time, I do not want us to lose sight of what is happening in our country and the rest of the world. That's not the only thing that's happening. Okay? Julian Alfred doing well, that's not the only thing. So we have to focus. We must be able to focus on as many things as possible. So please, don't talk about negativity and all that. When we're talking about issues that are... Hold on. When we're talking about issues that are affecting us, not about negativity. It's troubling us. We are speaking about it. We should not be putting it on hold.
Tim, if you allow me, this is my take for today. Whosoever wants to do whatever they want after, that's them. So the same way you will listen to other people that will talk about different things, it is same like me who wants to talk about her.
Right. So that's your right. Go ahead and talk about it. But it's also somebody else's right.
No, the person...
No, it's also somebody else's right if they want to focus on other things, caller.
Yes, the person is free. The same way that person will say, what that person said there, I don't accept it. I understand the person. But it is me now to say how I feel about that queen of ours. And we're not supposed to just... Because I remember Darren Sammy. We had a lot of good... athletics people here in this country, and we doesn't take note of them so that our children that will come up will learn to follow, because we doesn't make them look in our household like a hero. And this is our problem in this country. You know, we doesn't focus on our heroes so that our children can follow the footsteps. You see? And all we'll talk about tomorrow, there was a Gandhi, there was a Gandhi.
Caller.
Because give me a chance.
No, I'm not giving you any chance. Hold on. I'm not giving you any chance on that, caller. No, I will not do that.
Okay, go ahead.
We speak about Julian Alfred and the exploits. We appreciate that. Somebody gets shot and injured along the road or at home elsewhere. We don't like it. We talk about it. Please. I don't want to hear anything about... we shooting and we're talking about all those. Listen, no, I'm not taking you wrong at all. I'm telling you, all those issues are important. Okay?
Yeah, but what I am saying to you.
Caller, you're not getting me, no. I think I might as well say goodbye to you. I'm just saying to you, all the issues are important. They even talk to me about gun crimes. Oh, they talk about somebody gets shot down the road. That's not important. It is important.
Yes, it is. That's what I'm saying to you. I'm supporting what you're saying.
But?
Because what I am saying to you, because the only way, if we could have our children to get into sports, to get into things, maybe they will not follow the bad companions out there. That's what I'm trying to say. I am not saying people shouldn't talk about the gun.
Well, I think you that's a point, That's a problem. You're not saying it. You're trying to say it. But anyway, sir, I appreciate the contribution. Thank you so much. 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. Good afternoon, NewsSpin. You're on the air.
Sir Tim, did you enjoy the jumping?
Well, sir, I wasn't part of the jumping, but I enjoyed what I saw on television and the little I saw on the road. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
You didn't do it vicariously?
I did it vicariously too, yes.
Tim, what I'm about to say is only half joking. It's also serious. I understand we're about to mount a campaign for the Bam Bam Wall.
A campaign for the Bam Bam Wall. Tell me about this campaign.
That's my information that an official said that this morning on another program, another radio.
No, I didn't hear that. No, I didn't hear.
Well, that's how we're taking it seriously. Well, that's very interesting, I think.
No, but we could market the Bam Bam Wall.
Yeah, but I heard you saying something.
At one time, you're marketing the back page of the Star newspaper. And we all enjoyed it, Rick.
Well, I don't
There's
think
a lot of Bam Bam on the back page of the Star.
Well, I don't think so, boy.
You started it, Rick. You started it.
I started a lot of things, didn't I? But my back page was always more mentally titillating than otherwise. But anyway, I was thinking it'll be very interesting. You realize, too, that there are other islands with their own Bam Bam walls. You know that?
I heard about that.
How come you're not in touch with those things, man?
No, I heard about it. I'm telling you, I heard about it.
You're just trying to pretend you're not interested in Bam Bam walls.
Yeah.
Okay. So Israel has their what, Wailing Wall?
Mm-hmm.
The Wailing Wall is famous. It's a great tourist attraction. Jerusalem is it, where they have the Wailing Wall. And if we have the Bam Bam Wall, well, I suppose we're in the family. But on a more serious note, I would be very, very interested in seeing how we creatively compare with St. Kitts and those other islands that have their own Bam Bam walls. It will be very interesting because our people are showing a lot of creativity these days. It'll be very interesting to see whether we concentrate on the Bam Bam or whether we concentrate on the wall with its colors. And by the way, why was everybody denying that the colors of pride, which is for the gays and the whatever it is, those were the colors on the wall, no?
I think...
no, wait for me, Tim.
As soon as you watch it, that's what you see.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But why was everybody... This is so interesting. Why was everybody denying, oh, no, that is almost like demonstrating some kind of contempt for those otherwise sexual people? No?
Yeah.
I mean, if somebody said, oh, that's a great thing for pride, well, why not? The tourist board would show diversity and how they care for everybody, putting the people first of all kinds, no?
Well, so, I think people naturally in St. Lucia, they're not into this diversity that you're talking about, the LGBTQT or plus, all right?
What you mean, what you want to tell me straight up, which I have always suspected, is that in St. Lucia we have no gays. You know anybody who's gay in St. Lucia, Tim?
I don't know anybody who is... No. Hold on. I don't know anyone who is gay. But there are people you suspect they are gay.
Oh, you suspect? Well, I've been suspected of being gay all my life. Okay, so this is not suspect. I'm talking about how we had but groups. But nobody has come out and said, out of the closet, so to speak, coming out like you hear everywhere else, no?
No.
Even when you had that a little demonstration by what is the group called, Strong and Bold, whatever it was called. Strong and what?
I'll try to get a name in a while.
United and Strong.
United and Strong, yeah.
Boy, Timbo. Boy.
United and Strong, yeah.
I'm the guy who's 200 years old, not you. Okay. United and Strong. Even when United and Strong pretended to be doing a demonstration, all the faces were hidden behind the flags and placards so the cameras couldn't catch it.
They were.
Right. So that I am of the view that those people were just demonstrating for people's rights, that they themselves were not gay, or that if they were gay, they didn't dare let anybody know they were gay. So according to what you see and what you hear and everything, we have no gays in St. Lucia. So let us go that way. Until we establish that we have, I'm going to say we have no.
Of course, Rick. You're being sarcastic.
You can do what you want with that.
Yeah.
But the immediate impact on the eye, because of the pride colors everywhere in the world, that flag and those colors have become so much part of the scene. The pride colors promoted everywhere, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the immediate impact, because I don't know, I couldn't tell you this one, that one. I couldn't but it's the visual impact I'm talking about. It looked like pride. And what I thought ironic was that if somebody in fact said those are the pride colors, why is anybody going out of their way to deny that? If you think that's pride, that's cool. All the better, no?
Because I think they don't want to make this something that's premeditated, or they deliberately set out to paint the wall in those colors.
Because they don't want to push the idea of pride, but maybe subtly pushing a pride. You get my point?
Yeah.
Maybe doing it subtly for their own reasons, that it really is a push for pride, but they don't really want you to know that. It seems so hypocritical and so unnecessary a denial. It's so unnecessary.
But how you know, Rick, that it is a denial?
I give both.
It could have been something that happened coincidentally.
No, what I'm saying, when I say denial is, why bother to refute it?
Okay.
If somebody figure, oh, that's nice. If I'm going, I see this thing, I think, oh, finally St. Lucia is getting cool. Where white them, oh, no, that's not for you guys. Oh, that's not for gay people. No. I found the lady does protest too much. That's the famous Shakespearean line, that when people protest too much, it's suspect. That is I'm telling you this as kind of a joke. But the more serious one is, you know what BBL stands for, Tim?
You tell me, Rick.
Boy, I'm really teaching you a guy of 200 years old talking to a 40-something-year-old guy.
You tell me.
BBL is Brazilian butt lift. In other words, butt implants. Just like you have the boob implants, butt implants it seems have finally reached St. Lucia, it seems. But if it hasn't, if you make your bam bam wall and start giving prizes and whatever for who can roll the bam bam most, right? You will certainly be inviting people to consider the idea of having Brazilian butt lift
What, in St. Lucia?
Yeah, Brazilian butt lifts, or the doctors may operate, the surgeons and whatever. You might be opening up a whole new
industry.
So there are a lot of possibilities in the Bam Bam Wall. That's what I would say. But Tim, a lot more seriously, I noticed the Bam Bam Wall has taken precedence over that very disturbing thing. And I want to make clear, I wrote an article about it, my first of a series, about the allegations in that letter contained, written by Cameron to the Commissioner of Police. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
The harassment letter.
Yeah.
I want to make very clear that I per se am not accusing anybody of anything, neither am I pointing fingers or anything. What I am very interested in are the ominous possibilities of not investigating Cameron's letter. At the very least, the police must investigate Cameron's letter, because those are some very, very serious allegations. And if they are just allowed to float and go away, well, that is what we're doing to everything else. And the last department we have to treat as if it's unimportant is the police. We have women police, and if your sister or your cousin female decides that she has been sexually harassed in the workplace or anywhere else, she has to go to the police, because we don't have any other organization. Now, how can you go to the police if the police are quietly famous for being abusers themselves, sexual abusers and harassers and so on and so on? How can you do that? Don't you think the police already have enough on their plate, including the unresolved impacts deal, which I am assured is still having its impact on police? And we just ignore it. And we have turned the police force into such a political football. This morning I'm listening to Parliament, and almost every minister slapping the police on the back for doing a wonderful job in keeping at police time, including joining and having a wine. But I would have thought the people who should be congratulated were the revelers who were able to jump around and everything. Nobody badly touched somebody, with their bum and everything. No, none of that. Shouldn't that be a plug for the citizenry? Because the police are expected to do the job for which they are paid.
I mean,
Am I right?
that speaks to the abysmal performance of the police over the last few years. That even when they perform their duties, with some level of some effect, some positive effect and impact, that they're worthy of praise, special praise. What that says to us is that we are mediocre, and also we can be easily satisfied. Okay, even with a poor performance.
I prefer to believe the politicians think we are. Because the politicians say such nonsense, they would only do that because they believe the audience is an audience of dopes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Because for the most part, everything that comes out of the politician's mouth is either a lie, a twisted truth, a convenient truth, all those kind of things. And they will do that only because they figure they have a ready market. Speaking of which...
And I don't even want to take anything away from the police. No, Rick. It could also be the criminal elements deciding to give us a break for the carnival. It could be that.
That's true. It happened before.
Yeah.
Okay, it happened before. But I would be far more impressed to hear from the government that the sexual harassment allegations contained in Cameron's letter will definitely be investigated, and not in the way of everything else being investigated and we had nothing about it. I would, like, for example, the Prime Minister repeated himself in the House last week, and that he had said, no woman should have to give up her body for promotion or whatever. I would have preferred the Prime Minister point to the laws we have applicable to the police force, for example, that protects females or males from sexual harassment, wouldn't you?
Yes, of course.
Because by the way the Prime Minister spoke, I am not sure we have any such protective laws.
And also, Rick, when I heard the Prime Minister made us, I was wondering whether he had some kind of hint or inclination that something was happening within the police force that caused him to make that statement in the first place. What prompted it?
Well, because the Prime Minister had received a copy of the letter, and the Prime Minister spoke about he has no evidence. The letter was not sent to the Prime Minister for him to prosecute. A letter was sent with complaints to the police commissioner for the police commissioner to pursue. The Prime Minister merely got a letter of that, a copy of that. Nothing was expected of the Prime Minister at this point. So the matter of bringing him evidence and all that is totally irrelevant and maybe a decoy. The only person now accountable is the Commissioner of Police. Now, in this case, the allegations, the police commissioner is the one that the allegations are, the acting allegations are leveled at. So obviously he can't. But curiously, he was made acting commissioner until July 31st,
Yes, the end of this month.
And you wonder, the public is wondering, well, why? From June to July? What kind of, what's that, Tim? Is there motivation for that?
Maybe they're testing the grounds.
But let me finally say this. In my investigation of this whole story, I have uncovered a lot of very disturbing stuff. And I'm not telling you things that I hear so that I am telling you there is a lot that is very disturbing with regard to that particular issue. But the letter only requires that the commissioner investigate the statements in the letter. And I say at the very least, because some people have accused Cameron of writing this letter with political motives. Well, we should know that's not true. We should know that. And the only way we're going to find that out is for him and his letter to be investigated. Am I right?
That's fair enough.
So that's all, at the very least, we're asking for. No finger is being pointed at anybody at this stage. No finger. It is only that it would be a terrible blow to the public trust again if politicians would maneuver themselves so that those people who are bold enough to have made complaints to the Police Welfare Association, if they get swept under the carpet again, well, and another thing too, Tim, the women, I know I've been on long. The women, you should use your program to alert those women, because one or two women of position I've talked to claim they know nothing about it, and they claim also that the women didn't come complaining to them, which again, Tim, is a crappy excuse, because what these women should be interested in is the investigation of the complaints made by Cameron, the PAW, to the Commissioner of Police, not whether this person came with the complaint I was raped, or that person came with the complaint I was touching my bam bam, etc., etc. That is not what the issue is. The issue is closure for that letter that makes some very, very serious allegations about our only security force in the country.
All right,
Thank you
Rick.
very much.
Thank you so much. One way or the other, it ought to be thoroughly investigated. Still to come, your comments in the chat room, and also on our program, praise for the police and organizers of Carnival 2023. You're watching NewsSpin on our NewsSpin Facebook page. We are also on YouTube and Power 97.9 FM.
One of the biggest events for St. Lucia's Carnival has returned. Rum Bucket Waterland. More water, more paint, more foam. Sunday, 16th July at Gaiety Grounds from 11 p.m. Small coolers will be allowed, but no ice, no chaser. Must be 18 and older to enter. ID will be checked. Your ticket outlets are Steve's Barbershop and all the sell outlets. Rum Bucket Waterland.
That's when we reach the waterfront. We doing whatever the hell we want.
Get ready for more water, more paint, and more foam. Sponsored by KFC, Digicel, and White Oak.
It all started with a penny. For over 85 years, we have invested in our farmers, fishermen, people, and our country. When we were called to serve, we were here. We understand what is valuable to our people and our country. That is why we support all industries, including tourism. We are the bridge towards a brighter future and economic growth. When our people, government, and businesses called upon us, we were here. 85 years later, First National Bank St. Lucia Limited is here for you.
Lazarus's Funeral Home is here for you. Lazarus's Private Cemetery offers a peaceful resting place for your loved ones. With tranquil settings, visitation, and reflection, we believe in the compassionate care of all our departed loved ones. Lazarus's Private Cemetery, let us help you create a final resting place. Make it special. Make it Lazarus's Funeral Home, your friend in a time of need. Payment plans are available for tombs. Call us in Vidbuta at 452-7491 or in New Dock Road, VA4, 454-6555.
Introducing the new LuSelect Virtual Service Desk, where one click is your access to every service. From My Account to Streetlight reports, requests for payment arrangements to settle arrears, change of name and address. Easy online forms give you access from anywhere and at any time. Every service you need at your fingertips. Go to our website, luselect.com, and click on the Virtual Service Desk widget. LuSelect's Virtual Service Desk. Every solution at your fingertips.
You asked for
for it, and you got it. A quicker way to pay your bills online. It's fast, secure, and easy to use. No registration, no additional fees. Flow is now offering FastPay, an online service that allows you to settle your bills in less than 2 minutes. Need a receipt? FastPay will send it to your email immediately. Use FastPay now for convenience, safety, and efficiency at discoverflow.co/fastpay.
FastPay, 2 minutes and you're on your way. FastPay, FastPay.
Flow is keeping you connected.
Night Meds is your dependable neighborhood pharmacy. You'll notice that upon entry, you are greeted by caring professional staff, attentive to your every need. Your prescriptions are always treated with a high degree of confidentiality, and we pride ourselves on providing speedy, efficient service. We carry a wide array commonly requested over-the-counter products, and our prices are very competitive. We offer blood pressure testing, blood sugar, and cholesterol testing. We're open to fill your prescriptions Monday to Saturday from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Come visit Sadu's gas station on the Miku Highway or call us at 572-6840 or WhatsApp 461-6840 for more information. Night Meds Pharmacy. We are your community med store.
Glass Supermarket continues to be your family-oriented local supermarket which spares no effort to affordably bring you the world.
Trust Glass.
For quality and friendly service.
Trust Glass.
For daily excellent specials and fantastic prices.
Trust Glass.
For the best quality bread. Check out Glass for your delicious French pastries and meals.
Also, you must know that Glass caters for your special occasion with these quality French pastries and cakes.
Be sure to earn points on your Glass card as we say thank you for your support, St. Lucia. Glass Supermarket, contact number 452-8814.
Automotive art is a place to start.
Automotive Art is now bigger and better with bargains galore. Automotive Art has expanded. With new exciting products and increased shopping comfort, we welcome you to visit. Celebrate with us and take advantage of our specials. New tires starting at $129, 25% off all tools and accessories, up to 75% off rims, BOGO specials, car care bundles, and other bargains galore. Automotive Art, bigger and better.
Afternoon to you once again, Kibani. What is in the chat room that's worth reporting on?
Complete chaos, Timothy. Carnival seems to be a sore subject for some in the chat room. Someone says, Tim, I cannot believe you applauded the Bumba Mall. Lord have mercy on all the journalists of this country that endorse such behaviors. My goodness, what has happened to morality and decency? We are playing with fire in this country. Parents, respect your children. Are we going to bypass such behaviors? Jesus help St. Lucia.
What I don't like is selective morality, okay? I don't like it at all. And the hypocrisy that we continue to endorse and embrace in this country. And I'll not go in depth into that. But I see nothing wrong with those pretty ladies and ladies with great bodies going on the Bum Wall and putting on this show, this exhibition. Now, if you don't want to watch it, you just turn to the left or to the right and ignore what is in front of you. I don't see that having any kind of detrimental impact on our country. I see this having no negative impact on the cost of living. I don't see that this will worsen the crime problem that we are experiencing in this country right now. It is an opportunity for those who want to use that particular feature of Carnival to market the island's main cultural showpiece. We are not run by a theocracy, not by religion. Okay, not by a religion, not by God specifically. We have a government, and that is a different system that we have. So I don't see this as even impairing, or not impairing, but affecting our image as a country compared to the level of criminal activity that we have and other issues that are worthy of more consideration.
Someone says, Carnival is not for everyone. Those who enjoyed, happy you, did the Bum Bum Wall or not. Some people think that this was the first time St. Lucia is having Carnival. Let's see. Tim, I would like to know how you would feel if your female love were to engage in that behavior.
I mean, that's something personal as to whether I tolerate it or I will tolerate it or not. But I'm just speaking in general terms on that particular issue. If you're in a relationship, I think automatically your partner ought to know what is expected as far as your standards and everything else. You know, what's expected of me as an individual and what's expected of you. That's where it is. But I'm looking at it from a national standpoint. I see nothing wrong with that.
Another comment, someone says, don't be surprised if we see them having sex on the road very soon. Let me save my soul. We can enjoy ourselves in a respectful way. I have no problem with the wall, just too much being exposed. Another comment, our problem in this country is that we are very selective with the laws of our country. A few years ago, an American was arrested in Castries for being scantily dressed, and we were in agreement, but now it is okay. If this is our opinion, then we need to lobby the government to remove the nudity laws from our books. Another comment, my people, there are people that enjoy the Bum Bum Wall. There are those who don't. Leave the people alone. Only God will judge them. If they're lying in a coffin, they would not enjoy it. Someone is asking, is that not a witch hunt on the ACP? Let's see. Another comment, everything that was wrong before is now right. A nation with no morals.
WhatsApp message, somebody says, congrats to Julian Alfred. If Jesus Christ had come back on Carnival Day, a lot of people would go to hell. The Bum Bum Wall is a disgrace, and these women should be ashamed of themselves. No pride, no respect for themselves. The government don't have money to fix the roads, but have money to paint a wall for Bacchanal. Sigh, shaking my head. So if God were to come today, you don't think that many of us would go to hell? And we have no carnival? I mean, the Bum Bum Wall is not in the spotlight. A lot of us would still go to hell because we lie so much.
We cheat.
Okay, we cheat. We are hypocrites. Okay, one day something is bad, and tomorrow, because of who does it, because of which party that's in office, it is okay. We make excuses for all kinds of things. Those things for me are more important, and those things are more to the detriment of our country than what we saw on that wall.
Another comment, the men love to see it, but when it comes to them, they will never accept it. Someone says, sorry, I am saddened by the way our women are portraying themselves. Honestly, I am at a loss as to why one would feel it's okay to behave in that manner. Sad. Some of you criticizing Carnival should really read on its history. Tim, on your last show, you said you would have been on the road for Carnival, so I guess you were lying or telling that untruth.
Of course I was joking. Who expected me or anticipated I'd be on the road with a costume? Well, I mean, I have a lot of... I have ice to sell to the Eskimos.
Someone says, Rick had the Bum Bum page. Let's see, Tim. The ladies did justice to the Bum Bum Wall. Amazing artwork and talent to celebrate Carnival 2023. Let's see. Someone is asking, Tim, why was the wall painted in these colors? Another comment, Carnival to some is a time of freely expressing themselves. That's all, nothing more, nothing less.
WhatsApp message, we are too thin-skinned. Why pay so much attention or interest in just a wall? We are in a democratic world and freedom of speech. The person goes on to write, we have more serious problems to deal with and we aren't paying such attention. We have a call via WhatsApp. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. You're on the air.
Good afternoon to you, Ms. Timothy Poleon.
Yes, ma'am.
I will tell Timothy, my name is Salad to Pray Camille. And this is what I have to say. Timothy, righteousness exalts a nation, but sin is a reproach. Yes, women can do what they want, can spend their money and they can enjoy themselves. But as a Caribbean woman, as a beautiful black woman, and I'm proud to say that I am a St. Lucian, we must say what happened on this wall. This was not right. Beautiful women, some of the private parts were out, Timothy. How can we endorse this as a society? There was a young child, a grown woman, who was allowed a young boy to run behind her. Is this correct in our society? This was so hard for our independence. I pray. This is what, and Timothy, I heard you said, oh, this was a great product put together. I think this is how we value the women in our society. As a proud Caribbean woman, everybody knows my name, and I will always stand for morality. I will always stand for strength in our society because I encourage women every day. You don't have to expose yourself for you to look beautiful. You should just look that you are beautiful. You should just know that. And as a society, we need to know what we stand for. We have the most beautiful women in the world. And this is the way our women want to portray themselves. The men are well dressed. This is where we are as a nation too. And can you see nothing wrong with this? This is my thoughts on the matter. And I pray that the young women that were on that wall Monday and Tuesday, that they will come to know the Lord. And I hold nothing against them. I don't judge them. But I believe that it's high time we speak about things in this country. Revelers are not respecting men in a uniform. They made the police officers wearing their uniform, and the revelers did not regard that. A rude boy poster was pulled up, and we made so much noise as a society. The rude boy poster up all day long. And then we have our women doing that to themselves. Broad daylight. What kind of double standard that exists in our society? I pray that one day that the women in our society will come to know the Lord and they will know. And the men that are applauding their behaviors, they would never want their wives on the wall. They would never want their girlfriends on the wall. Can you imagine for us journalists in this country, men of integrity in this country, they are applauding such behaviors? Come on, we can do better as a nation. We can do better as a society. And this is what I have to say about everything. I sat in my car. I said I will not say anything. But I believe that enough is enough in this nation. We must answer something in this nation. Everything does not go. Our young children, we tell them go to school, get a good education. And there were so many of them looking at that activity. This is not a children's thing. Let us be honest. We have to, we're supposed to be an example for the younger generation. And what transpired, we're not being good examples for the youth. We must be exemplary in this society. And to make journalists appear in such behavior, what is going to happen to the generation tomorrow? Who will be their role models? And this is the question I ask. Good afternoon, St. Lucia, and may God bless us as a nation, and may God bless us as a people.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much. Appreciate your contribution. Let's see if we have another call. 452-2979. Good afternoon. You're on the air.
Yeah, Tim, how's it going?
Hey, I'm okay, caller. Good afternoon to you.
Yeah, Tim, just want to make some comments on what's going on there. You said at the start, you know, that nation is not ruled, or if I want to quote you as you said it, that nation is not ruled by God, but it's ruled by the law of
Well, let's put it this way. It is not a theocracy. It's not by a religion or particular sect.
Yeah, by a religion.
Uh-huh.
You see, God set up government. God allowed government there for the lawless. And this is why nations are suffering, because we have put God aside and tell God we can do things our own way. And we saw it in the Old Testament, and we saw what happened.
Well, I mean, let's put it this way, caller. Yeah. We might as well allow a priest to become the Prime Minister of St. Lucia, or if we change our system, have a president. I'm saying, if there isn't any kind of indecent exposure, if you are not openly displaying your private parts, I see nothing wrong with being on that particular wall. Otherwise, caller,
we're not cutting each other.
I just believe that we are being hypocritical and we're not being consistent.
I'll come to that part too, Tim.
Mm-hmm.
I'll come to that part, okay? I'm not saying, I don't even know what that bum wall really means, but just listening to the callers there, I gather what it is. You see, Tim, our nation is suffering with all these crimes and all these things. And look at where we put our money to.
Yeah, caller, it's because of the hearts of
priorities.
The hearts of men are wicked. That's why we have this crime problem.
The scripture says, because God's judgment is not speedily unto man, the heart of men continually do wickedness.
Yeah, but not having a bum wall, do you think that will reduce our crime problem, caller?
It can't, Tim. We must don't matter. Tim, let me show you one thing you said there. You said something like, what you hate about the nation or the people, that we select some sin, and which is really true. Even the church, we Christians, we select some sin, and some sins we condemn them. But in front of God's eyes, everything that's ungodly that's written in God's word is sin. And not because that some people select some sin that anybody else should. I will never encourage people to select some sin. All sin is sin. Homosexual, reveling, and all these things and so on. All this money we spend on carnival, as you said at the start, some people, maybe they didn't get poorer, but for sure, the rich got richer. And as I was saying before carnival, you know what carnival is for? For the rich people, because they are the one who makes all the money, and they are the people, and the other people who goes and take loan and spend all the little money, come and beg afterwards for school stuff, they are the ones suffering. You mean we cannot enjoy ourselves decently? You mean I'll be proud as a father to see my daughter or my son on the road in this type of state, the state where a woman should be only with her husband in the room? This is even too strong for a room. Because if you have a little...
Caller, you said that's too strong for a room?
Yeah, I'm telling you.
In the privacy of your home. That's even too strong.
I'll tell you why, Tim, because some guys, their heart is somewhat soft. And when you see those exciting things for the flesh, maybe you can't stand it and so on. Tim, this is danger for us. Look at what's happening in our country, the crime situation, and so on. You think that's time for we to be doing all these things, taking all these monies and spend on carnival and all that, instead of trying to invest for the 6,000 children that left school this year and those that are out there? You said something about if God was to come now, you wonder who would go to heaven.
No, somebody sent me a WhatsApp message saying if God visited St. Lucia on Carnival Tuesday, well, almost everybody would go to hell and not heaven. But I believe on any ordinary day, if God were to come to St. Lucia, several people would perish.
Let me answer that, please.
Because I think we are expending all our energy on this Bam Bam Wall when there's so much hypocrisy, there's so much wrongdoing on the part of so many other people. There are so many things that are glaringly wrong with our society, with our country, and we're not saying anything about it.
Yes, Tim. You're right in a way, but there is one thing I'll let people know, that what you say is true. There are so many things happening in this land, and everybody's mouth is quiet about it. And people must understand something. God will not condone sin. But it's not because, they have Christians in Carnival. I'm 99.9% sure there was Christians jumping up. And I heard that afterwards. And I know there was. But that don't make a Christian go to hell.
Okay, caller, get your point. I have somebody calling from the diaspora.
Okay,
Thank you so much. All the best to you. We have another call. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. You're on the air. Had to take your call, ma'am. Don't want to be accused of not engaging you. How are you?
I am doing very well.
All right. What's in your mind?
I just have a comment to make about the Bam Bam Wall. The only problem I have with it is that, keeping all things equal, they should have had a male Bam Bam Wall. So maybe next year they should, on the opposite side, put a male one. And the people who calling and losing their minds, these people just like the immorality behind closed doors. They could put their head, their feet, their toes everywhere they want, but behind closed doors. And in the morning, they walk in with their large church hat like a saint, right? But these young ladies who just 2 days, in the year, freeing up themselves, enjoying themselves, they have nice bodies, nice skin. I mean, what, they will go to hell for that? I mean, who gave them the body? They say God made us all in his image and likeness and whatever, right? So if your body look good, flaunt it, show it. It's just 2 days. People have to stop being critical of young people. The people, the ladies who and the guys who are now saying how the people are so immoral and stuff. In their days, in the 70s and 60s, these people used to wear their mini skirts, right? Way up. If somebody they couldn't even bend down properly, you would see under them. So they should just leave these young ladies alone and maybe build a wall at their home and free up themselves too. Anyway, that's my take on the Bam Bam Wall.
Okay,
Bye.
thank you so much. All the best to you. Kimani, what's your take on the Bam Bam Wall?
No comment, Timothy.
Would you be on that wall?
I would not.
Okay, why?
I'm a Christian and I don't jump carnival.
Okay, primary. That's the main reason and the only reason.
Well, I would say it's the main reason or one of the reasons. I do not see myself dressing in such a manner and doing certain things.
But do you think it's worth condemning people for behaving in such a, some people will consider it a lewd manner?
I wouldn't condemn them per se. I mean, as a Christian, I could understand why some people are coming from when they say, it's not Ipalamania, it's not the right thing to do, it's not nice. However, I don't know. I wouldn't condemn them. I wouldn't shame them. I mean, as a Christian, I sin myself. I'm not going to treat someone badly for doing something, and I would be doing something behind closed doors, worse.
It's as if we're saying that we are 30% better than another person. When, according to the Bible again, we are all sinners.
Right.
And I don't think there's anything like a sin that is graver than another sin.
I think there is.
To me, sin is sin. Sin is sin. And no one is sinless.
No one is sinless, but, according to the Bible and based on what I've learned as a Christian, there are sins that are greater than the other because there are categories for sin, as God explains it. But I think, regardless of that, I just think that if you're in disagreement with the Bam Bam Wall or you don't, the actions, you see and whatnot, as someone, who's against it, there's no need to be spouting that, that kind of...
All right, it's as if those people are pontificating,
Well, yes.
They're giving the impression that they're better and holier than thou, To me, that is so unnecessary. The person did not take a firearm and go out there and run amok and just start killing people. The person is having fun. Now, to you, it's not clean fun, okay? If, for example, and I wasn't at that location, if there was indecent exposure to the extent of you showing your private parts, then I believe it is unacceptable. But just on the wall, having a great time, you could have chosen to focus on the person's face and focus on their hair and their feet, but you focus on the bum bum. So, what makes it wrong if you focus on somebody's bum bum in that to that extent? In a public activity.
What to do, Tim? I just honestly think people should be able to express their opinion without having to put down others. You don't agree with what they're doing, you don't agree, that's fine. There's no need to call these women nasty. There's no need for all of this tralala, to be really honest.
And to say, I hope those people turn to God and change their lives.
Pray for them, right? I don't know.
I don't think those people the things are so bad mentally and otherwise that they need to pray for them. I think in the main, those are decent people who are having fun. It is not according to your standard. It's not according to your way of thinking. So be it. We are not all the same. That is basically what it is. And let us stop pontificating. Let us not give the impression that we are so much better than another person just because they were acting in that manner. NewsSpin will continue in just a moment with more of your calls and your WhatsApp messages. We'll be hearing as well from the Creative Industries Minister, Dr. Ernest Hilaire. We are on Power 97.9 FM. We are on YouTube and the NewsSpin Facebook page.
Exceeding your expectations is what we strive for at Lazarus Funeral Home. Losing a loved one isn't something you can foresee. Since the beginning, affordability has been one of our priorities. Every day we're proving that burials don't have to be expensive. If cost is a factor in your time of bereavement, call Lazarus Funeral Home. We have coffins starting at $800 plus taxes. Nothing can cause more disappointment than poor quality. Help us help you keep your last memory of your loved one sacred. Make it special. Make it Lazarus Funeral Home, your friend in a time of need. Located at Bibliotheque Castries at 452-7491 and New Dock Road V4 at 454-6555.
Contact Lucelec before trimming or cutting down trees that are near overhead electrical wires. Watch out for power lines before you begin working on a ladder. Be sure that ladders or scaffolds are far enough away so that you and the ends of the tools you're using don't come within 10 feet of power lines. And never use any electrical appliance in wet surrounding outdoors or in the rain.
This message is brought to you by Lucelec, the power of care.
It all started with a penny. For over 85 years, we have invested in our farmers, fishermen, people, and our country. When we were called to serve, we were here. We understand what is valuable to our people and our country. That is why we support all industries, including tourism. We are the bridge towards a brighter future and economic growth. When our people, government, and businesses called upon us, we were here. 85 years later, First National Bank St. Lucia Limited is here for you.
Why pay full price for your mobile when you can pay half? Just bundle your home internet and mobile services with Flow and save 50% on your mobile bill. That's money in your pocket every month. Plus, now you get free YouTube and WhatsApp data. And you can share your plan with up to 3 other numbers. Upgrade now and get a free smartphone. Switch and keep your number. Learn more at discoverflow.co.
Treat yourself to KFC's new Genius menu. Get your choice of one-piece chicken, corn, and biscuit, or one-piece chicken, fries, and biscuit, or one-piece chicken, mac and cheese, and biscuit for just $11.50. Order now through WhatsApp at 484-0400
or visit our website kfcslu.com
or dine in at any one of our locations. Now that's a genius choice with unbeatable value. KFC, finger licking good.
Glass Supermarket continues to be your family-oriented local supermarket which spares no effort to affordably bring you the world.
Trust Glass.
For quality and friendly service.
Trust Glass.
For daily excellent specials and fantastic prices.
Trust Glass.
For the best quality bread. Check out Glass for your delicious French pastries and meals.
Also, you must know that Glass caters for your special occasion with these quality French pastries and cakes.
Be sure to earn points on your Glass card as we say thank you for your support, St. Lucia. Glass Supermarket, contact number 452-8814.
Plastic Solutions, catering to all your commercial and domestic plastic and paper bag needs. We also manufacture printed and non-printed plastic bags. Located on the cul-de-sac Bexo Highway, Plastic Solutions is an environmentally friendly company because of its high standard plastic recycling process. For orders and inquiries, please call 758-451-5577 or visit us on the cul-de-sac Bexo Highway.
Automotive art is a place to start. Automotive art is a place to start.
Yeah, look, check. We got a wide range of products that are automotive and do-it-yourself supplies if you got a moment. Smart staff that'll always know it. Got rims and tires from trucks to high performance to off-roading. Start hair tools, batteries, oil, and car care.
Automotive art is a place to start.
Ouais, messieurs, pas jodi moi la ka espérer plein bon glow. Si t'en la pani pressure. Moi ni tank, moi ni glow, me money pressure. Ou savent ça moi besoin?
a pump. Ça c'est bêtise. Moi ka ale ko Europa. Yo ni tout pump pour toute condition. Qui pour kay, qui pour business. Yo ni pli mer pour pump set lisi. Yo ka ranger pump aussi qui besoin service. Brand pump yo c'est Léo. Pump ça c'est major. I bon tout bonnement. Tant si ten mois actuellement. Gloka Fonte. Visitez Europa ambassade Gozile. Les mots au téléphone 452 0763.
Of your calls and your WhatsApp messages 452-2979, WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. And in just a bit, I'll be going through once again the comments that you have provided us in your response to our question of the day. After Carnival comes, hello, good afternoon, NewsSpin, you on the air.
Yes, Tim, how are you?
I'm okay, caller. Good afternoon.
Yeah, Kimani, how are you?
I'm good.
Yes, okay. Tim, with all due respect, I disagree with my friend Kimani. Maybe to agree with her, if she can explain to me how there is all sin and not the same sin. If there's a small sin, a medium-sized sin, and a big one, and the penalty for them. As my understanding in the eyes, on a human standpoint, it looks like that, you understand?
Mm-hmm.
Because if somebody kills somebody, and somebody just robs somebody over $10, it might look more serious, you understand? But in the eyes of God, to me, all sin is sin. And if you don't repent from your sins, all the punishment, to me, it will be the sin. You understand? That is how I look at it. But if my good friend Kimani probably can explain to me and make me wiser, I would appreciate that. You understand?
Okay.
Because they can harm away. They can harm away. So, even a levangila, thou shalt not. And if you turn the thou shalt not into thou shalt, it is not one. We put it as the 10 Commandments just to draw an example. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
And if you break one, you break all. You understand? All of them is the same to me. Now, even on that Bam Bam wall thing they're talking about, I'm not too wise into the Bam Bam or the Toes wall, whatever wall, but I'm just saying, while some other people are criticizing that, the same set of people that are criticizing must have another weakness in the eyes of God. So why sending the stone? Do you understand?
Yeah.
Because even in the scripture says, all have sinned, not some, all have sinned and come short of the glory of God. So we all in the same boat, you understand? You might be the captain of the boat, you might be in the middle of the boat. If the boat sinks, all are going in the water. And that's what I have to say for the day.
Okay, caller. Thank you so much. Once again, your comments to our question of the day. After Carnival comes, somebody says, while they were dancing, the implementation of more inflation was passed in the House of Assembly. Another person says, I live in Canada, but I'm so sorry for the people of St. Lucia. More of your comments. Emancipation Day. Another one says, Ashanti and Ja rule. More comments. After joy comes sorrows. The reality of the increased tax will soon set in. And another person says, and business places haven't gotten anything from this government considering that 2.5%, not even customs. No kind of meeting was held with the private sector. Another person says, after Carnival comes a whole set of people talking about skimpy outfits and bam bam, and whining and women having no respect and spending money on fete, while the same women and men have enjoyed themselves and gone back to work and life, leaving the sanctimonious people yapping their mouths for a whole week after. As if St. Lucia is the only place there is Carnival and people whine and bare skin. And come red or yellow, Carnival will be back again next year. Live and let live. Another person says, books, school fees, uniforms, parents crying everywhere, etc. Once again, the NewsSpin question of the day. After Carnival comes, because y'all flubbo money finish, should have saved for rainy days. Another one says the 2.5% VAT. Some more of your comments. Get dressed and back to work. Another one says, but I think it's just foolish. And somebody says 2.5 VAT recovery. Tim, reality, plain and simple. No ifs or buts. We'll have some more of your comments in just a moment. A call. Good afternoon, NewsSpin. You're on the air. Hello. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. My take on the carnival team. This carnival have been there for a while, and the very same people that proclaim to be poor team. I don't know where they're getting the money from to pay for the costume.
They get loans. They go and take loans for that.
Yes. So I am not going to cry for these people. That's what they choose to do. Yeah. So you and I would pass away until we're still going to have carnival.
Yeah.
So there is nothing you can do. Sometimes you have your own children at your home, and they choose to go and jump up. What can you do? You're going to kill them? So and the scripture, God states in His word that people will love pleasure more than His word, more than Him. So you always have people on the opposite side, and you always have people who would be for it and against it. So I think everybody is a matter of choice. So I am not going to criticize people that choose to go to carnival, but that is their choice. If that's what they're going to, that's what they want to do, that is their choice. So those of us who are not going to be partake in it or against it, I mean, we could just stay quiet. All
right, caller.
That is what I want to say on that.
Okay, thank you so much. Somebody says via WhatsApp, I don't see people bashing boat rides where worse things happen, and it's okay for them to put their bam bam in or on the sea and sand. You see some really skimpy bathing suits at the beach. Don't ask for when they get wet. Another WhatsApp message. Tim, the bum bum wasn't the problem. When they bend down and you see the hole in the bum bum, that's the problem. Some more WhatsApp messages. Another person says, Tim, Sanusians are too hypocritical. They only have issues publicly, but behind closed doors they worse. John 8:7, cast the first stone, he who has no sin. Paraphrasing. Another person says, year after year, the women carnival costumes are getting smaller and smaller, yet the prices are getting higher and higher. Can't wait for the next year. Another comment. Watching from afar, I feel embarrassed to be a St. Lucian. Woman is like carnival is Lucian. Women have naked on the streets for 2 days. Exploitation of our women. That's what I see carnival as. How can that be a culture? All the future strong women must resort to this act in the name of culture. The men are fully clothed and outnumbered by more exposed bam bam. What is the culture doing to our women? Watching from afar. Okay, that's the same message there. Another one says, Tim, please let this caller know that God does not have eyes. God is not a human being. Also, Tim, what you love, just enjoy it. Now, if I were engaged in something else, the bum bum wall does not affect me. The argument of exposing the body is the choice of individuals, so it should not be a question of Christianity. I'm just disappointed that we don't understand that we were never called sinners by the Eternal, so why do we accept that, bro, the Eternal said, we are wonderful, made so the Eternal not make sinners. A man called us and we accept it. The worst thought now is the Prime Minister has no vision. That is all. Another comment. Regarding carnival, I have no problems with those who want to participate. My observation is that the number of citizens physically participating is nothing compared to the number of citizens who don't. Out of our 180 plus thousand, how many people actually participate? And why should the normal business operations of the country be shut down for that minority? I think at least 1 or 2 banks should stay open and a few stores. Also, the route for carnival should be restricted to a remote part of the island, and the main highway should be left open. Let them jump along the back roads. Put there in brackets, joke. My question is, why should the entire country have to be inconvenienced for this festival when the majority of us do not take part? Now, I agree with that, the writer of that message. I have nothing against carnival, but it should not be at the expense of other people who have to go to work, other people who have to traverse on the main highway and head on to home, and they have to be inconvenienced for so many hours. I think if people love their carnival and truly love it, irrespective of where the event is hosted, it will be patronized by those individuals. And of course, the Puritans will obviously stay away. But, and again, the authorities, the organizers of Carnival, need to take something into consideration, and that is traffic management. That needs to be taken more seriously. Another WhatsApp message: Tim, isn't there people to clean the streets after Carnival? Castries is a mess still, and it's already 1 p.m. Some more WhatsApp messages. What's your view on the name of these two events, Mess 2023, a mental day? Can you explain? The meaning of Carnival has nothing to do with what we saw for the 2 days. The name should change. Everything and everywhere is ruled by God. He gave us a choice to do what we want, and when he is fed up, he will deal with us. He did like Sodom and Gomorrah. Remember, we are in the hurricane season. Kimani, you have some comments?
I do have a lot, actually.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Someone says, just imagine we have so many substantive issues affecting us in this country, and we are caught up in discussing Bum Bum and a wall. The mediocrity in this little island is astounding. So the government spent money to paint the Bum Bum wall, and they're not repairing the streets or the roads. Another comment: where's the outrage over the explicit Dennery segment songs? Have we listened to them and how they are in alignment with the Bum Bum wall? How do we accept one and condone the other? Another comment: governance of this country calls for the respect of all. There are many atheists among us. Are we to expect some civil strife because of this? Is the government only for the Christians? The double standards come to the fore. Christians have no right to be watching Carnival or be there. Ridiculous wanting to be critics and dictate how others live their lives. Carnival is not for Christians. Stay away, and that's it. Someone says, please extend congratulations to the first place winner of All Mass, Mr. Julian Calderon, who is an active news spinner.
But imagine somebody says, Tim, I enjoyed the wall. I now know what the bank managers and others touche women have under their uniform without having to go to a strip club to pay for it.
Someone says that was soft porn I saw yesterday.
Oh my God.
Another comment: well, you have to watch what you eat and eat what you watch. I guess there was enough Bum Bum to eat. Hope you enjoyed. At this point, I don't even care, not my Bum Bum outside. Someone says, God put man in authority to govern the country and put everything in order not to display the body out like this. Shame on St. Lucia. Nonsense. Another comment: I don't understand why you're asking people to turn a blind eye. Are you saying that we should turn a blind eye if someone feels it's okay to abuse another? Just they think it's okay.
Somebody says the student called me and asked me, how can she respect her teacher tomorrow when she, the student, saw her teacher on the Bum Bum wall and she was able to see way into Jerusalem, Fondon, and Israel? If you know what I mean, shaking my head.
Another comment: the real hypocrisy is when we support our neighbors' daughters semi-nude on the Bum Bum wall but would not want to see our daughter doing the same. Another comment: one thing I've noticed is the Bum Bum wall has brought unity between SLPs and UWP. Let's see. Carnival is not a religious activity. Our Christians who have problems obey Mark 16:15-16. Go reach the people where they are. The unconverted person will behave accordingly. Another comment: I saw enough on this wall. The wall could have been used without persons showing me their wombs. They could have had a good grind without bending over in the ways that they did, and therefore showing us more than we care to take in. SMDH. Let's see. Oh, Tim, the Bum Bum wall have you bazudi.
Another comment: I have a concern regarding the grocery bus drivers during the 2 days of Carnival. The police blocked the road to Shock and diverted the traffic at the Marisol Junction through the Corinth, Grand Riviere, Union, etc. into Castries. Because of the diversion of the traffic, the Groseley bus drivers were charging $5 instead of $2.75 from Groseley to Castries. Wish that was unfair to the passengers.
Someone says St. Lucia is not a mature society for these things. The man is right. The elites are the one benefiting while some will get poorer and in more debt. Violence against women, you can't hear them. Gun violence in the country, you can't hear them. A little Bum Bum wall, they get in stroke.
Somebody says, we live in a very hot climate. There's always the desire for women to be walking around naked. 2 days are given for women to dress themselves in skimpy outfit or partly naked. It's a natural thing. Any more of your comments in the chat room, Kimani? Any more?
Final comment. Using religious views to cast judgment on women enjoying themselves is sadly comical. I am not a theological scholar, but those without sin cast the first stone.
Let's see if you have a call. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. You're on the air.
Hey, it's me, my brother.
Good afternoon to you, caller.
Yeah, Golden Dragon here, man. I didn't see the yellow tiger jumping.
Caller, what's your point?
See the yellow tiger, Timothy Poleon, jumping, man.
What is your point, sir? Go ahead with your contribution.
He said he'll jump, anyhow. Next year, Golden Dragon and yellow tiger jumping. Next year. But, buddy, you know this thing about the Bam Bam wall or the... I don't know what's wall in part of, but the wall there, you know, it's a lot of do about nothing. A lot of do about nothing. I mean, like, I agree with you 100%, 110%, 200% that once the ladies are not exposing their private parts, I personally see nothing wrong with it. I mean, carnival is about having fun. It's about beauty. It's about creativity. I mean, the whole Bum Bum thing. Tim, you know, around the world, people are paying doctors thousands of dollars to increase the bum or make it shape more round or more long. I mean, the whole thing about beauty for women is the derriere. For men, it's our chest. So a man wants to have broad, muscular chest to look beautiful and handsome. A woman wants a nice, long or round derriere to look pretty. And, you know, carnival is expression of beauty and creativity and costumery and all kind of things like that. So people are having fun. Once it's clean fun, have no problem. So those people who are just talking a lot of nonsense better learn to behave themselves. Thank you, Timmy.
Okay, caller. After carnival comes, somebody says they will start to beg again. Another one says the 2.5% VAT on school supplies. All in all, Tim, it's inflation with no explanation. Another comment, you are so-called flubbos trying to make a storm of a 2.5% as it is the very first time St. Lucia ever had taxes. Every government has imposed on us, so what is the fuss? Another comment, in response, somebody says, in the foot-in-mouth PM would be truthful with the citizens, there would be not a storm. Let's see if we have another comment there. The biggest scam on island, school books, new edition. That's some of your responses to our NewsSpin Facebook question of the day. After carnival comes, let me see if I have any more of your comments. You have any from the chat room, Kimani?
I do believe I can see a few more. Someone says, Bum Bum all to the world, it's hurting them badly, but sexual harassment and nothing. Murder's not nothing. All those acts of gun violence isn't anything. Imagine if they used to put so much energy in fighting and talking about all those things in St. Lucia. Would be way better than it is now. Let's see. Is these little things that are ignored which escalates into more elaborate situations. Look how LGBTQ started. Take note. I will ask again, which is worse, Denry segment, explicit songs, or the Bum Bum Wall, or are they at the same level?
WhatsApp message to most people, the whole Bum Bum Wall was fun and innovative, but there is a perspective. Could it be that the authorities who endorsed this Bum Bum Wall are prostituting women in St. Lucia, encouraging women to shake assets in a vulgar way for free to the amusements of men, or to the amusement of men? Another WhatsApp message. Let me see if I could go through it. Somebody says there, blessings to you and Kimani. My only issue with that so-called Bum Bum Wall is the bending over. That was low for women. Okay. Carnival. Somebody says carnival is a religious activity. Check out the meaning. All right. That will do it for our WhatsApp messages and our calls. We have to play you a passionate contribution that was made on Friday's NewsSpin program. A female caller from the diaspora made this contribution to our program.
I want to know who was the first person who introduced civil servants to be into politics openly, even when he had not resigned his job in 1997. Was it Alva Baptiste? So if a policeman wants to be dancing around or wants to be, policemen are dancing all over the place when you have activities, and a policeman is also a citizen of the country. that is where this started from Alva Baptist when he went on platforms, he was on vehicles, to run for library. Was it Alva Baptist? We never knew civil servants getting so involved into politics. It started from there. So the caller should think again. Anyway, Tim, my second concern is at St. Jude Hospital. I heard Philip Pierre said he knows how to play the politics well. Well, if you know how to play the politics well, what you should have done for us, the people from the South, you would have go along with the new hospital that's being built, and what you could do, get the monies for the equipment to put in there. So you'll play the politics well. Alan Shaftney build the hospital, and you put all the equipment in there, including all the machinery. So fair game. But you cannot think that you can have our lives going away one by one for minor diseases, minor medical conditions. We are passing away. We are going into ICU, and it is not called ICU anymore at the stadium. It's called I Will Not See You Again.
Passionate caller to last Friday's NewsSpin program. And so we turn our attention to our final feature, and that is our NewsSpin News of the Day. NewsSpin News of the Day: scientists who sounded climate alarm in the 80s warns of worse to come. Scientist who sounded climate alarm in the 80s warns of worse to come. This has been our NewsSpin News of the Day, and of course the NewsSpin broadcast for today. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for listening and contributing via your calls and your WhatsApp messages. My name is Timothy Poleon. Goodbye.